yenim se munim yatiefo nyina na ahwefo nyina enim endra nea ekoso ewo Ghana ese yadwumawura ye boss chairman Wontumi NDC aban ya ewoso ese yemfa ne nkotum 20 years na enye we nkoane chairman Wontumi case a o face. In fact, mining related cases no omuchemu mienu. So there is one about Tano Numere Forest, and there is another one about Samena Boy, and on Ndra judgment ebayi, and then the Exim Bank case no so ewo. Entino baako ena Ndra emuaye abey. Na Ndra no misinformation bebre wo krom, enkrofo etumfuturo egu nkrofo ani na enkrofo so etwa antro to suit their political agenda enomni ade internal ya anom fo wi so ani age na anope pa abobo ebo onwum bi o se atamfo moshire krotwa mansa edi akwato ama owansane bo adwo enti atamfo emoshire me dawura metie eni yen ayewo movement TV ni Wontumi hai ni asie enya ade ye wonwa enye na menim se chairman Wontumi so no enya ade a ni asie eye ne wonwa. I know me ametiye sa judgment ebe ndrey se na obi se onim se different judgment na beba wa asemi mu enfa chairman Wontumi ntuma onka. I don't even think say there is anybody in Ghana na dwirimu no ojiri say John Mahama enfa Wontumi ntu afiase. Nobody, because I preempted, I calculated, I plan, executed. And obi anim say chairman Wontumi die NDC aban empanifo edi animu no ene ne wasem omo mpenasem ebi ye personal enum ne hade enti aban so die Wontumi ni aban eni asem eni bim sa aban se wayire ne nsem se opese oni wudi a obeda na ne aban di asem edibim isa sa aban se onye dia na onye because obi anim 2013 Yera Mahama wini election 2013 Ghana for nyina anim de ordeal chairman Wontumi FM e mampani Mahama nsem oba aban mu isusu no onim chairman Wontumi nia chairman Wontumi akasa nim me say minim nti me endra rule le buy no enye me won it expected say ebeba ne sa. And I don't think say a Ghana ni bia won na mo say buy ne ese chairman Wontumi emfa ne hunkodi a anka be ni papi won because ade no bia nim ya prepare crofo adwene ya keka nsam ya twa ntro e de ato chairman Wontumi so just to prepare the ground say ya de ne be kwa akoto afiase. And I know say chairman was tough skin to contain some of these things. Ade ba akope ene ade me ha me wasemi nyina mu ene say for some time ni ye nyina nim say chairman Wontumi eni ahoden after the infamous poison St0rm ade ne ba nyina no ye nim say chairman Wontumi ne health ente second and no penny me concern because chairman Wontumi ye brefo chairman Wontumi wa bre all the life it would chairman Wontumi ekwa afiase a me nyini say ebe ha ne bebre na mo ne ha emu bi ni say chairman Wontumi apomuden ente second because of the obvious reasons. And that is the issue for me. But say oba substantive issue ni so I'm putting it on record today. Yenjeli chairman Wontumi because of galamsey. Yenjeli chairman Wontumi because oye galamsey. And tina penifo say utimi fotimi wa ogro kawa efe wa beti. Chairman Wontumi obi anchi ni bebia say oye galamsey. And chairman Wontumi was not in court in the Samena Boy issue say or no chairman Wontumi wa ye galamsey. No. Kwa du ye de ko nyina enya sa na kire. Aban say wakwa akoto nkrofo say omo ye mining e wo chairman Wontumi concession so. Concession aye ka ho asemi e ye legally acquired concession. Chairman Wontumi atua asase ne ka wato ne etoso mienu sika bi eso tua ne nkrata sem bi eso nya from Minerals Commission bibia no wanya minister sign ame de amano e woni dimu ene akonta mining susu edimu na mum 2022 chairman Wontumi kobo the Western Regional Minister ene Regional Coordinating Council amane say galamsey for e wona asase so the Western Regional Security Coordinating Council no the police for echo pamo galamsey for evidence say obia nim say na galamsey for asase no so then obi ba chema Wontumi chen no say chema Wontumi mehu say asase bi wa say galam no so okay asase de me na me pesa me ye wo so ne say baabi a galamsey for no adidi no me pesa me reclaim na me de edua kubi aso metimi aye eti no and the fuma me na me nkonkoye ampani ampa danse o ho say onipa no reclaim asase no na ode edua enkube alko samra boy na yedua enkube ni bi but judge ne say onipa na ka kire ne say ana abaya ka kire ne say chema Wontumi say onkotu galamsey wo baabi a aha na nyansa ne wono onkotu galamsey wo baabi a yentuye no na onfa emusika no enkata asase no so ti medwene ho ana me say ade de nyansa wo mu ne sen se meme wo concession maji wo medimu me 2 millions of cedis ena me nsaka me pese me tufu magudi a me ametimi akotu because asase no ye media concession ye media abanim se ye media enkrofo akotutu amana e wasase no so aye galamsey and for the first time here even gold force for kra omo mining concession kra galamsey for koso if there was a time no two for so say galamsey for the dikwanam ko shaft wona ebu ana say ebuguma and the problem beba enti no two for so fajo mahama say o me yem power galamsey for ni fi gold force for concession so what it means they say obi wo legally acquired concession na obi ekoye illegal mining wo so no enye news na mo ni ami na mi nim ni ajaje na dwene say chema Wontumi say ko na koye galamsey o masase ne so na wonya sika safa sika ne kata mena no a yenye galamsey wo so no fa safa kata so it was never established say chema Wontumi jini sika ansa na oko it was never established say chema Wontumi agi process from the said illegal mine na oye wo no say bi akwa ne kan say oye adwuma na o de sika ne bibire chema Wontumi na mo wo se chema Wontumi say onkotu galamsey na ofa sika no enkata mena no so enti na me bi say na ndie assemble no and judge ne say even though adansie bia ni ho a kire say chema Wontumi ene ka kire kwame odumo se henrokum say onkoye galamsey e wa asase no so no ono de na dwiri mu no se otie asemo a kwame ogum no aka no na otie ensemo asrem sa aka no a ogidi say e yampa se chema Wontumi na si onko na onkoye mining na mo chema Wontumi asemo a oka say enye ono na asoma no de chema Wontumi de onyina asem ni na mo oji aban asem ni di eji prosecution witness no ogina asem ni di ntino o de chema Wontumi akoto abuanefo edina akoto afiase 20 years me judgment na makenkan 59 pages makan ni nyina en asem ni nyina ni enti lawyer ndi apia kubi asem na all can say how can it be because wakochi illegal miner will be asase so na illegal miner ne say e asase wura na say o me galamsey so why nye chene say en obi enye safe enti mampani mahama ni nua Ibrahim Mahama ne mining concession na wachi wod amai no se ochina NPP ba mu a na NPP for mpe Ibrahim Mahama asemo a ne ombe ya ne se ombe suma illegal miners akwa asase ne so na illegal miners ne kwa asase ne so a no mkoto omo a no machi omo chi omo amu de omba na aban no ayusu illegal miners no as prosecution witness e de atia Ibrahim Mahama na illegal miners no abedi adanse say Ibrahim Mahama ene de hama me se mintufu magudie e woda aman mais ne so na abaya ka se Ibrahim Mahama sa wode akrata bema ode ayi mining concession bema obi e wode anado bema obi atu a e so bo minister amane wa mo minister amane enu nti no ye ji asema nkrofo ne candidate pa choko afiase 20 years simple as that eti now no ababa ye so easy and when your presidents are set their tour say anytime bia no a ababa so di ubone a o legally acquired concession a enu anse wasoma nipa asuma de galamsey fo nkofo begusu se etu mine hey ya beti omo den na moye oha ayi na si emetu saa krata wa he ye ni krata na ye de wa court ni ya yusu nipa ye beti omo na ye se mo de ye de mo ho achem even though mo na mo tu illegal mine no ye de mo ho achem na mom ye be use no as prosecution witness na ye de tia my sura no na ya twena so as simple as that. And that is the case of Samana boy issue ya na ma church mu de akire wi NPP for can say Chairman Wontumi a political prisoner many omo ya adwene because obi anim say NDC abanya e wo fi and nipa bebre yaka say Yera Mahama say Chairman Wontumi akase atia no eye ne ya enti no obekire ne baby atumi wo enti we akoso yi no enye different from no na ma church case na ma church mu de akire wi kwa nipa na ye kwachi no kasa ye kwachi wa asase no so nyina ye hwene nyina wo ne din mu mining agreement on Chairman Wontumi and I think say bia because of say a verbal agreement because obi akrata bia ni so and to be say on what basis na say if there is a contention on and I say if the a contested that on what basis and a judge and ka say oji aban asem ni na mo Chairman Wontumi asem ni de and ye wonyi ni
if bra me kodu fie ni bra me koda na nya course almost 100 na ntumi ampeki bia text message say buy your WhatsApp no your comment me respond to bia na ntumi ansem bia mom fan che because no I was so down said I decided some pick course and me phone me dey to silent and I me pen baby tonight me try ntimi sre mo no am frɛ ye nyina ya mpeke no ma ne ha mo pi because no ni paboto nti sa no beba ti mo fanche na kakra yeho atiase ye die bibia be fine enu am hu se ma bi social media so no mo nya abre no mo ebi sun bi kansem baba ko ka se prison ho ni palugo nti Chairman Wontumi ko no nkowu ho nti sa na tie die ni a onkowu ewo ho John chapter 8 na Yesu ani ni pehia wo kyerɛkyerɛ wo mo enti ho Farisifo ne asɔfo mpanimfo no ade oba bi begina omu finfin mo ka kyerɛ Yesu sɛ Yesu oba we de akɔkye no odwama moso pɛ na Mose enso hyemra no sɛ nipa bi a ɔte saa na bɛkye no yensi na bonku no enti wo nso ka den Yesu te saa asɛm no ankasa eno ndi osi ni tirase wo fom koto fom na wɔtwerɛtwerɛ anwea no mu to wɔtwerɛtwerɛ ya obi ya opagya ne tihwe nkrofo no ɛna ɔse mo a mo twɛhye ya nyina de ɔnyɛ bɔne da no oni kan tobo emo ɔbaa no sablo obi ekura no bu ɔma yɛ ready Yesu ka saa no ɛna ɔsase ni tirase ɛna wɔtwerɛtwerɛ ne fom nti obi ekura bo bia no ato ajaabo na to fom no adan ne no ɔkɔ obi aja ne bo to fom mean say obi nyina agitumi so obi ayɛ bɔne baba kan sɛ nyina ayɛ bɔne no Nyankopɔn ni mo nyama bɔyɛ nti Yesu pagya ne tina ka ɔbaa no nko a ɛna obi san sɛ na ɔmo wai ɛna so ɔmo kɔ ɛna wɔsɛ wɔn soso ɔmo amufu a menso mi mufu ne mum kɔ ne nkɔnkɔ yɛ bɔne bio de Yesu yɛ no na nkyerɛ sɛ Yesu support adwamamɔ na on support adwamamɔ but ɔma ehu sɛ nipa nyinaa obi anyɛ perfect enti dia aba we no sɛ obi ka ankyerɛ sɛ obi support bɔne but sɛ wodi adsɛm di wo nua na wadwene daakye ɛnɛ tumi no wɔ nsɛm as political leader as a adwumamu leader as whatever sɛ wonya tumi no na wode yɛ biribi na woanyena hu sɛ wo kura na wo te hɔ no yɛka sɛ yɛde wo si scale so a ebia wo ntwe hwee enti sɛ obi asɛmba na wo ka ɛsɛ wodwene ho kɔ akyiri ansa na ma obetu bia wotu saa de no bi na ado yɛ ne Ghana ha no a yɛsen na hoda ho Ghana oni yɛhyɛmra ama yɛ parliamentarians it is a parliamentarian no wɔhyɛmra no bu mra no so a adanse ni nsembisa fufuro bi ani ba bia bio because why na so omra wo nti so abumra no so a wo hye mra no wo de home punishment ba ya so twen kan ho nti ani aso twen yedidu ba na do ba ya na NDC MP 32 abu o man mra so no wadwini Ghana ho yes ni nipa 32 mi do mu kugum saa no a ede na Ghana e benya free mu but the akosu Rebecca say amra na aye adwuma na wo ka no obi entiye ene meti hai obi mpamasem na atwina ade me ko police station say obi ma be si makofa ne yire basi makofa ne yire kakewu eno ano no awie yajim betum because enya de me meka eno mu ebeti you see he who alleges must prove. As I said here, akwaya se o man no na se ni pakuo bi na tumi bi mpewasem na wo se akwan se ne do be fa so a wo ye den wo kosoro wo ba fom o me do be fa sa akwan no so enti se obi se asomasi se menya galamse asomasi no a o kan se onya galamse no se anya no kure abanse nipa oye galamse no ye madanse ni entimi ni betum yenye ati ye mu bi enye waye lawyer ni yeni mmara no de but mpenifo se asema adanse eni hu no ye twabi ne de adanse and tumi wa nsem as judge tumi wa nsem as president tumi wa nsem as attorney general tumi wa nsem as whatever whoever but say obi hu say time will come sa tumi no eni wu nsem bio owo ma owo nuanum owo busua owo adofo ti bedroom e bi no bia bibi be koso wo wasetena mu a abayo ya nanka wunyanya anka de wo ye emre bi atwam no nko wanye betina onya ya awi ehun sunsanso bi bibi abaye bia na hu won sunsanso enipa etiasa so esuni ye bone now ye bompa ye se urade fa ye bone chilling or the chilling but bi on ho asotwe no ye nsaka e ya brabum bone no nyame de becho but asotwe bi e wo ho ese wunya no nyame be mu onya sotwe no se de be ya next time ukoye bibi sa ubadwina ko achi ti ya de asie no mama Esther odumtofo ana bɔne no sɛ nyaba bia mhwɛ na atutu no nyankopɔn ntem wodamu ti dia obɛ no yɛma no ntete ani nyankopɔn do ntem yenim sɛ edwuma bi a onyame mansɛm bi si ama nipa di suadeɛ onyankopɔn saa no yɛ na adeɛ bɛma nipa bi akɔte bia bi ma bia o mana akɔsa ate bia no ba sɛ de no osi yɛ ne niema kane no wasesa allen bibi foforo ɛbɛboa ebi o ma BBC se de mama Esther nyame chenso bo no nyum se ye nyankopon no ya wo de ekosie ansana o de ya bekire ebi ya chairman kra ne no abonte anhwa no de kan na ma no akonya accident ebi afie di anim bibi saa e wo na kwam nyankopon se me de na kosie on tena ka mu bi o ba afi na bibi saa to no ti bibi a besi bia no ono na Paul kan se de besi bia mfa ho aseda me nyankopon no ti di aba no oya na nsusu no me de meka ne se ye nyina yanke akoma nto yem na ye hunu se onyame wo bibi o peso de chema wontumi ye na o Ghana ha ama Ghana man enya so mfaso na eka bibi man ka ewiase nyina na onyame de ne beye because ye hunu de to Mandela enso de ne nyame aka fa no ho no esese be mu ntino ebresem ebemu ti di aba no ya mo amofre ye nyina no ye ni mu nyina ehye adwenkro se di ka kan ya mfamo call na amfa ntie no na se di na koma no ne niam ekọ no ntino na hadwen kakra mumia mfa nsa na ye mompa ye ma che ma wontumi se onyankopɔn bɛhyɛ ne den onyame bɛma na hoɔden onyame bɛma na koma a obetumi di agina na nim sɛ bere semu no onyame no a o ma ho kwan ma okoye no obesa ayi naba ebi beka sɛ onyame na ma ho kwan bia odi ni bɔne no obi beka me ka obi betena fie odi ni bɔne na onim sɛ nyame bi wɔ hɔ ya chi John Yohani etwa de ti ebra adi Yohani kotu afiase Yohani wole bo Yesu o na ohun sɛ adinmo ayɛ den no ɛna ɔsoma no nkrofo sɛ monkobusa Yesu sɛ ɔno ni aginkwana na because ase na sabra na wa confused sɛ enye Yesu ni aginkwan ya me ame bo na su na de na me kwa hu yehia we mo mabua me enti ɔsoma sɛ yonkobusa Yesu sɛ ɔni aginkwana na Yohani Yesu hwɛ din ama yetwa Yohani ti anu nkyɛ sɛ na Yohani ayɛ bɔne bia tia wo bia Joseph nuanu tikyiri na mkɔ akɔtɔn no nyinaa na Yesu Kristo ne nani tua enso hwɛ ya ma yɛ kɔtɔn no ama ɔkɔda afiase akyire ɛno nyame bɛsi Joseph hene ɛma wo bɛsebu Israel man nyinaa nti deɛ asie no ɔmɛ fa nyɛ mpaebɔ
kwaku ntie sɛ de dase braka no saa na ɛtie enra asɛm no boye even though na yinim nema ekokoso yinim nema akoso abonten yinim nema enkofo akeka nema enkofo ahyehye kwaku ba bi kwampo de utise esi obi se obi akɔware na wɔkɔware no esi the day before aware no ɛna obi ne oba ne kɔdae ɛna aware no guye ɛna chema ko kan ho asɛm enti saa asɛm na chema kan no if you do no craze so no wo de gune ni mase enti obɛhwɛ so etua de ka daachi akun sɛm no bebre ɛwɔ hɔ ye mo de yahudi yate ene de suspect de cause nyina no we could only come to one conclusion say chema won tuna de mo de batu enti akoso enra edu baby na course no doso na o blame wo mo so friends so a enye because obo ma o confirmation
o do nipa no
obo so na person wache che ewe wo mi say afele bi ye WhatsApp call nya na me da to silent edu baby ko na
da was silence na dey tun
edu baby na Dr. Bawumia kasa ko freye me se ne ko echi na menene kasa enti Dr. Bawumia se menka chi obi ase obi anse din na Wontumi Media yeda on Dr. Bawumia na komaso yeda NPP fo akomaso enti dia abadi nyina no ye se de ne koso nyi adwuma na everyone on lawyer for this year any party mpanifu ahia nyame adoma ekina lawyer attach ya beba na o ma hwe rule ni CDCT na ekom be fa so akwakoye appeal no o ma ye enti ye die ye mo ye be ko so aye adwuma se bi producer adwuma ha na ye wo no se ma Wontumi editorial ye bi no ho ka ho mete ka se chema kwa be 2 years ko won see hada until dan say you be interview no dan ko won see ha enti ye da mase futu amudama nyina no yafa enkranhya amudama nyina no so yaje atum ebe ko so aye adwuma bible quotations amo sende bre nyina no so no yaye enwe nwumre no ebra chairman omodne call Nsawam prison no emperifobi di akire ekohwe baby ko omodne eko ema ye ni bi kasai enwumre na bosafo ko ho me no kasai no piazo so bi na mekwa so a omo eko ho no inti chairman he's in safe hands prison that year
yes you
in fact wa wo dem kra wo fie na wo pese wo pie na se bolaka ababesi gate ano na for 2 hours unya kwan pie ya in fact waso yes how much more say you do ekoto efiase ni etwa ya to say 20 years die ha me kakra na de we kan elia ne say for the past few years we be say chama Wontumi ahoden e wo fom na ni na din yakopon ama na kokoduru ɛne ntira we Wontumi survive we nyina ntie bɛkɔ so bompa ya ma Chema Wontumi bi wo no sɛ yakopɔ mana apomodin na they all go through nyina no he will come out the better appeal ni di se bɛkɔ so na adofo nkɔ so enkyerɛ so modo nipa enya afi na wi aba enura bi ba yi o kan elia ibi mu bosiri
ebi ni mani age
enya hwe
NPP fo
be one people for the bi ani age by see me no ne me de eye yi ni say Chema Wontumi enye coward onye hufo na wa kyerɛ oye obi a o take responsibility and enya ade a obe trade NPP for the personal freedom
gabi
said the binomo ye no and Chema Wontumi will never sacrifice the NPP for his personal freedom. The decisions BIA will take the actions and inactions of him no will take full responsibility of it and our bear whatever consequences and baby no wa bear na dem and we NPP ni am when ninye say who will be say Wontumi he will not intend to sacrifice the party for his personal freedom because in microphone more true party under the bus na the biano mudije to party mu party because of some more benyo mutia den mu but Chema Wontumi wasn't me I'm just proud say Chema Wontumi is not a coward na obeka say the personal freedom muti obe sacrifice a party no
the bia kwaku me pride so won say Chema Wontumi ne charges ne bebi no weka say
oye galamsi
wafa ye beba ho bebi no weka say owi aban sika owi aban sika owi aban ejapade wonko fa aban asase wonfa obi ahwe wonfa obi ampaboa wonfa obi abo fruit enna ya jele no na waku this is the second time Chema Wontumi suffer such persecution
under President Mahama.
Na me Chema na minim Chema several years but na many no contact na application for so many years as well until 2012-2013 ho President Mahama baye na was said that presidential task force on Galamsey and illegal mining what is our task force no not that time na Chema Wontumi company for hands-on mining na the office e whatever I think say 12 and either to come 12 or 18 and na Chema Wontumi omutu mani sini so esi see the excavators am beka ya eye nyema basa ne nkofo lo mu China baye ya chichi womo wa immigration farm womo permit ni ade still no boss one ya display mu awie no mu na buku to yo tete form immigration head office waku they thought they were breaking Chema Wontumi 2013 no but eventually domu ye nyina Chema Wontumi came out stronger. He became more popular. He became more wealthy. And go for the pen as him. Ya no na eye abusua bi ene nkofukuo bi eye omo yase Chema Wontumi de ye no mbebi no nyina no entimi no and ye besa ye bi etu ya second chapter eno mabie no but be koso bompaye enkofo yisina wo bompaye ma ho a no bompaye de bi so ma Chema Wontumi se kwaku obesan beba afwaku ye me konsem num kakra na ye konsem num kakra mama starting freezing men kan ni nyina ba ya de bono ma bitimi tutu sisi baabia ni ho ye besa aka biem baabia ni ho no mo a judge no ni ruling o ka say Chema Wontumi eye Galamsey na mame enkohwe hasin ukin kan baabia o say conclusion judge no ni concluding statement no was it count 1 assignment of mineral rights without approval that's what I say
sir what did to me and I kwanya obi wo so you kwa kopa gudie bi o ba bi ama obi a wan kwaje akwankyere anase tumi pamfi de be so kogi free
yes
ne be say ne chere ne say ye de abama wa asase ama tumi say asase table so fatu from agudi na wo so de ebi ama obi
wan kogi tumi
the explanation was saying the court has found beyond reasonable doubt that no ministerial approval was ever sought or obtained, and that the accused, that is Wontumi, dealt with third accused mineral right by permitting a prosecuting witness to Henry to conduct mining operations. But I'm so disappointed in Daily Graphic. I was a Daily Graphic show, omo ye galamse we se mo tro hwe ya hwe headline bi omo se galamse omo di ruling e bai ruling na nka galamse asem
yeah bi
eti Daily Graphic galamse no omo ko ye mine no he go galamse galamse headline o maye no illegal court no say to conduct mining operations na we redeem ruling na mining operations no ebra expert no call ya expert view court me seek expert view in the person of wisdom Edem Gumashi no attorney general busa Gumashi say obi reclamation ye can say oba friend say a mining activity ana expert ne say ani reclamation a mining activity. And was saying now, okay, say mining activity ya. Ghana mrano a chess will be a mining activity ya. We hear license and I say we hear license. Expect Wisdom Gumashi say ampa we hear license. And was supposed to say this will be decided to be money say one would just have mining activity no. I was a minister mano permit na expect ne say ani. But we galamsi. Was a reclamation one of the mining activities. Because Henry Okumuno representing who say we provide mining support services.
Say according to case no.
What I say?
Henry Okumuno say amount Okumu to me say hono ban ho. Say na asase no opese okoye su adwuma. E no ka kire ne say asase na adwuma opese oye wo so ne say galamsey fu akoso akotutu amana wo so. Enti opese o reclaim asase no na odidua kupe. Ena ogum no jitu mu se obeye because onususu enim se adwuma ne ye ena chemba Wontumi de man se onkonya onkoye den onkonkoye en okọ samna boy asa chemba Wontumi asa so ye na obekwa akoto se ye reclaim asase ni baby adua kubi wo so ampa and then ogum se chemba Wontumi ka kire ne se ontu baby ayentu ye no na onfa hu sika no en reclaim baby ayetu no na mi bisa me hu se Sabio sa asemi godon nyansa ewo mu ne sa
na ukukotu asa ho
sa amafo abetu galamsey atutu amena guso meseda ase bredi asase no baabi aye ntuye no se kotu ho na face ka sika na fa bekata baabi etu na baabi ka kotu sika be na bekata ho you know it doesn't make sense it ho na lawyer and ya pia kubinu bisa ese okay wo mremu no se na kan assignment of this say before say wo de kra ode adwuma be ma obisa no onfa dance die mra na ye kire say Wontumi ye den e ka so nkoye galamsey ho o se adwuma ni ho o se Wontumi di nyanim kokuma ase se onkoto mfidie onkoji mfidie nkoye adwuma efidie ben a o se ayi e friend say bulldozer excavator o se bulldozer
okay
kan
bulldozer de ko kata
kan krata na ayi Henry Okumuno say bulldozer ana me si bulldozer e fa nya galamsey
ye kata mena so
and even if I'm pastor Wontumi di wani a ye nim say illegal man you mo kroma nyina mo de excavator na ye bulldozer kan it is say the judge should know say the intention no enye to go and degrade the land na mo bulldozer de ye di proclaim asase enti ni panako na bia the intent and purposes of adwuma the man no wan koye eno no eye galamsey ya wo se an me de me hwa yi na attorney general asemo a wo ka no ene ayi no media no mudi na chema Wontumi de menyini ba wono
beyond reasonable doubt
no asem we du kan ni na
there is absolute doubt.
In fact, o started a unit one on year quotations we can say even in criminal prosecution.
Yes.
Said that critically be hokrana and see a buadema accused person.
Accused person, yes.
And we know what say also you should circumstantial evidence.
Yeah,
because
it doesn't happen in the criminal.
Chairman want me say me man from asase man say on fanye galamsey on also search a man to media asase man say on fanye galamsey
and want me improve say chairman want to the man on fanye galamsey and chairman want me so and prosecutors want to improve
ti yi chokrata say and no asem na lawyer appeal could be the court of appeal now and that ho be sin no say adanse bia ni ho a he say chairman want to me the asase e man say on fanye galamsey na insurance so e de beba ne say anopena me yes example no say ene Yira Ibrahim Mahama or legally acquired mines the mines na and go for the ya diamond no say NPP aban dachi na so mo target Ibrahim Mahama ni on be nyina ne say ye ma enkrofo akọ excavator sakogu asase ne fa bi
no mo ye galamsey
na aban asuma nipa akwache wo mo na aban de mo aba aban de mo ba wi na aban say nipa na mabechi wo Ibrahim Mahama asase so no me use no as prosecution witness na ya bi say nipa ne say asa na wutu gold ha o si Ibrahim Mahama na de man Ibrahim Mahama that me many company here be fa man ni mo bia also their mind na ye chinjeje
that's what we say had it here you want no so ntwade ni fili aka say bo kanti ye ha
enti ya na ye chinjeje a je na show say and na asema prosecution witness na attorney general kan no sabe pepe na si wo ha because nipa ne say or the assassin man so fanye reclamation or so man so fanye galamsey ye cars e ho no ye kohwe cars ni nyina e wo DVL e wo ogum ni din etuo enye ma agi nyina no e wo ogum ni din and ogum ni say e wuntumi ye de man no wuntumi so say enye me na me man ka so ko esa wo enya judge ni so za na che dia meje prosecution witness so any ya kase prosecution witness agodon ye hwana obia why bone na emrache no na aban say wo na why bone ama be chew say wo ye mine no ma chew de na so bedi adanse ma me etia untumi a otifie na me fa untumi ntum na ye de nipa na ba fa ohudi na ya bisa nipa no say baabi a wo ye mine no chema untumi na de be share won sa na o se de bi chema untumi kura wonim ho obi kan say nti mo sha se mo ye adwuma no chema untumi aba hoda o se de bi chema untumi o ma hoda na ya sabisa no say mo ye adwuma no de sika ne bi akoma untumi da na o se de bi na mo sika na ye beba no kan se ye galamsey ni wi a ye mfa sika ne nkata amana ne so
na prosecution witness no mi no okum no there's another one ayisi no so ka say enye chema untumi le
friend no
na okum no le friend no na professor bi send message amachi bi wo ken na makohu message no wo say se chema untumi ye galamsey ye se chema untumi na ma omo ye galamsey a ade no omo ye galamsey ye njeli wo
da bi aban say wona wa be chu say wo ye galamsey no
dai
odo ho be chew na mo be dance ku effect ya untumi no fa untumi go wo de wonya ne target go untumi no tiny nti opeso odu untumi ye dan etu afiase ena ampa nipa no abedi dance kurumu ena oduna kotu afiase nti godon in the 59-page document na me read here no there is nowhere in the document and it say one chema untumi je kapre e wo Henry Ogum ho no de concession man no two baabia ni why can say omo ye mining ni wi a omo the process of the mining no e be chema untumi
baabia say ke wi ase adwin electronic transactions wo ho enka Henry Ogum ebeta ka say ye nya blade ni ye de ba ko
e ko ma
chema untumi ka say o my mo o say
galamsey da
wo fi papa krom ye
blade
me ka blade no ho so nu eti ye na ko aka say ye nya blade mienu ye de ba ko sika e ko ma chema untumi na number wo de ma ye say ye mfa ye no ye ni momo anase ye bank transfer anase me ma me ba wei ele ko say chema untumi abusuani chema untumi waka bi say me fa say ska bi ma waku bibia evidence bibia say bibia ma ko pie ye
ense chema untumi wa asase
yes
a watua oka na ye ne dia na opeso ye galamsey wo so a ade no anye ne mining na so omo obi na baye
we read 59 no pages no Kwaku, I can tell you say about 2/3 of the play no centered around assignment of deed.
And how assembly now?
Na assignment of deed so be mo obi aye adwuma. Na wan kwaje permission no and free minister ho. Ade ne ba ko no be bia no. They term it illegal mining activity.
Yes.
I want this Alex. Yes. Me ba cho Gideon and Eric na wo ho. Ma send bibia mama no pen. Say minister revokes the mining lease of Adamus. Kwaku fatu so me hwa ade. Adamus no so a mining company. Say we be hu a good wa himfa. Hey. Na okay. But fatu so mami. Correct. Minister revokes Adamus resources leases over illegal mining. Where April 28th, 2026.
Yes.
Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. Emmanuel Amakufibua, has revoked the Akango, Salmon and Nkrofo mining leases of Adamus Resources Limited over illegal mining activities and multiple breaches of the country's mining laws.
And the list.
No,
or he found
so say obi bichi mining ayina ye gini lease no.
Obut ye no kwan
point obi die. Am mo ja no ni na no.
Ai.
Ana mo obi akwa.
Eti we say the anti we ni ba ko ni ye fa ni nkoko tu. Na mo no omo revoke license ne keke. Ba ye no kwan po no wo hwe Minerals and Mining Act na. E chese obi e breachi sa nima we bia so we na assignment no the bema wo bro na abrawanyi permission from minister anaso bo obi koye legal mine wona sas na onu engage illegal mine na e wona sas so a straight away ye revoke you ye money 90 days 90 days so be try aye ni acquire ne ho ye ntwa so ye nkwa this page where this year ya story was it the decision follows investigations by the Minerals Commission, which established that the company engaged in unauthorized operations in violation of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, Act 703, and related regulations. The same Minerals and Mining Act 2006, according to the findings, Adamus Resources Limited unlawfully subcontracted its mining operations without obtaining the required ministerial consent. And then the same charge. And then the chairman to them 20 years. And Adamus and the list. Contrary to section 14 of Act 703, the investigations further revealed that the company undertook mining activities without approved operating plans or valid permits from the Chief Inspector of Mines in breach of Regulation 81 of the Minerals and Mining Law. Next one. Baby, quite the air decade. Some go for China for mobile two. Additionally, foreign nationals, particularly Chinese, were reported to have engaged in illegal mining activities, popularly known as galamsey, on the concessions, contrary to provisions of the Minerals and Autotoaso. The report indicated that mining operations were conducted in a substandard manner and extended beyond designated areas far outside approved mine infrastructure. Just kwaku we put the mood di asasina sa ko di nkofo asase kan.
Omo trash here.
Omo trash here. E dey ye wo mo.
Nothing.
Ade minister ne ye ne say license yaje. You free so. Kwaku regulations ejebe ni adade ase chama wuntu abusu nyina no the same thing na Adamus Mining Resources almost abusu omo de ye ni say we me double so many me hu bone eti wo de maje
papa be
bitina why kokoko ye dwan fofo
ka onya anu nyina mo
fa ko na mo ko ye dwan fofo na we de me ne betwe me de batum eti ade a aye no me no me de nyame aye say NPP for penifo eye press conference. And they captured it aptly. Say, you are a political prisoner.
Oh yeah.
Wontumi didn't go through prosecution. He went through persecution. Now, you are a political prisoner. And then my akosuri ni na akire. enkofo mo keka se ese se ma Wontumi eye ma nkofo e galamse ho wa mo ye galamse no where are they omo ye galamse wo ho no omo wo hen enamremu usikasem obi akoy wadwuma amaw na wo sende ni sika ekoma na bank momo anabesoma wo bi na diako emu miensan dia hi no mo kan no kwa to say anase chema Wontumi na ene henu okum no wo penase ba kwa ache na yere say enti koye galamse e wo massage so ska bele bia no di e ma bi
na fakata amna so
na ono ya na owoni mfidie papa bi no ankono ankoye no woni wanya nisika no amfa bi ankata mena no so
na bi na amna na wo ba bia wo tu ya enkofa be galamse wo ho chema Wontumi ha no wa report ama Western Regional Security Council ama mo de nkofo aba ho enna wo se eja wo be reclamation enkube modue enkube ba 20,000 cedis ama ye yiti enyini a ne ya che sa na tie na enna he no okum no esa tu baabi na baabi wo tu wan ba kata
tu ha wiye ne ko kata ha so a
wan ba kata
baabi na se betu ya na fa ya tira sinkrofo nsa asisi ne etu be
kata obuso aka se cheba Wontumi so ho ma ho eti de obeye no ho no be da hu assuming with that admit na kwa ku
e ho no mo se ade ti na odi adwuma mo obi no nko supervise e wo judge
da be ne I say was so yes with that supervision eti no no kwa ku wan ye de ne tum
obi mo obi adwuma ne o supervise ye de tum
wan ye de ne tum na adekwa ye be se chese ye orchestration ni say enkofo bi sheda koye documentary bi e wo Western North as Western region ho e no mo de ho kan ho na wo hwe sa documentary na wo hwa bo ho an say car bi si ho ana dan bi si ho structure bi so e ne atro akonta mine
e de paint atro akonta mine
e de paint bi atro akonta mine se class 1 for tro ye e na China ni bi gina wo bi say akonta mine
Gaze ni pedi mi o.
Ene se die, o ba ko die wu.
Enu ti na me ka se.
Ko die wu adi anya wo den do cha no no. O tro di dia tai ho no. O ba de se hu se do se ene wo no a.
Ana ka no.
Circumstantial evidence na mama typical example. Ye ma ene na che se ga ewiase nyina e say so be convict will be on criminal charge. It should go beyond reasonable doubt. Ye in fact circumstantial evidence enkum say will be. Hwe ebia obi wo de be say obi ye obi konfo na one day obabia car jack na otade besi no waye se ya han o glass no metals na se no mutime ye it the one signature to no it area ho no nipa be edu e ho bia ye wiom bia no
sakwa na so no kwa wia
ya no the jack na babaye na one day obidie yehu ye o se the jack eta na ye yi yes enu echi wu ne yehu se na wo ha se die eti enam se eye jack na wa yusu ne die chenchina ewa ye chenche mu a ahaye wonwa enti sade a ene bi so yiwa ede na chese ye wonwa ede na chese won confront se ye sade ya de so you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt to say I want to hear ready improve yes enam say we can say the eneyewa
emran so can say anytime bia we ye judge na ye dey assemble to no wadwene mu ye okesere ni bia pa buamani aye bo no kwadu no sa na emran ke
so the just no ban timi prove ma
criminal prosecution say ye dey assemble to anim na say ye ntimi amokwadu na mo obi ahu se pefe se waye bone no a na say eyi a buamani aye bo no kwadu no because we need a criminal case na e dey asoma ba evidence nka ho e here say ye adwene say we say na na Wontumi de ndie wonyi ntum because me de baby agodon me asem nyina baby a me se me menti ase ne say me o masase obi atufa aye galamse wo so wose me de asase na ma se koye reclamation na me si kotu baby a yentu ye no na fa musika kata ne yetu ni so na me bia wo tu ni so
e de ba nyere ko akokata so
se wo ye na wo say me si kotu na woni me nchi sika no a ne wo se ma bo pa se kotu ana wotini prove say me tu ye no minya gold se na godo kan blade mi ensa me ma ne ba ko na me fa mienu ana me ma mienu ma me fa ba ko a ne ye hu se ono so age ayi ile ba mine no enu bi
process nu bi
ba we de one wanyini sika ansa na oko two yeso osan kra di nanim kokuma se koje bulldozer eman bulldozer yefanya mining ye de reclamation two osan so say okoye no osan ko two baby ayentu de musika ene kata so chema untu ni baby awutu na na osi baby wa ba hoda osi baby
onsuma obi
ama hoda na no an so si minko dua minko kata so no na minua kube ampa wakata bi so asiane wadua kube no osiane enti janya na judge na misa ne say wonyi ni say wo kata so abi osi kokata wie no na wutisi ho a wakasa wo kotu na obisa sare na chama untu anya na nipa no obisa no so ye small scale miner it's a small scale miner there na onim kwa fa so ye small scale mining nti ade to no so ni chama untu anya krata asa na oji concession because a small scale miner go don krata some okoji asase a wo ye krata na asase wura wo ye krata na minerals commission it's a small scale miner a wo so ya adwuma 7 years there
no be say be adwuma asase so
obi fro say be ye adwuma no wan kan chen say me nya krata so
na we say chairman no ma man krata nti chairman di for wa man krata
why you now you say
na de wa nya krata na ko ye oni for
oni for ayi ma ya ban ye yusu no editia Wontumi tia
Auntie Swansea Sandra Swansea formerly of GBC so I say good morning to you all. Let's all take heart. You all know it's deliberate. I'm watching you live from Asofan.
Ayi patcho fa ayi ni bra on the 25th and the 15th of July 2025 yati ha obi an kadishim eni Attorney General Ghana mampani a wosi ni Attorney General Dominic Ayeni eno tro krata koma yokufo se Abanga Yakubu eni Joseph Yami na godo minim se sa krata no behwehwa na ka yankin kai the content o de amano okay ni yankin kai sa content
medama
the project for 15th of July 2025 na no say twafo hie mu Attorney General ne ye ba
afi pepepe mu ni
afi pepepe ni
because abe enu afini na wotwe kura
ani ebisa na
afini na wotwe
o say onu kura no on kai onim hohwe on kai class one iwoko enfre Abanga ni Yamida Attorney General MA press conference brief obia enka bibia enti afi Abanga Yakubu eni Joseph Yami oma from wedding godon you give for kata godon man so na yankin kan ha gana kikan kata na ha de
biemu kakra na okay we say we ye Attorney General eno otwo kata da koma the executive director Yoku we say directive we ye directive to
anya request
directive to investigate allegations of illegal mining activities by named individuals. I write to direct your esteemed office to initiate investigations into suspected illegal mining activities being perpetrated by certain individuals within mining districts in the country. This directive is born out of growing ingredients in Japan. Was it this directive is born out of growing public concern, corroborated by media reports and intelligence regarding the involvement of some citizens in unauthorized mining operations, generally called galamsey, that are in blatant contravention of the provisions of the Minerals and Mining Act 2006, as amended by 995. These activities not only flout our mining regulations, but also gravely endanger our water bodies, forest reserves, and local livelihoods. As your office is aware, His Excellency the President has consistently reiterated his government's firm commitment to eradicating illegal mining and restoring sanity to the natural resource governance regime in Ghana. In line with this national stance and pursuant to your mandate under Nototo Aswal, I am directing your office to invite the following persons named in recent credible reports for interrogation, namely Mr. Yakubu Abanga and Mr. Joseph Yamin. Additionally, you are to investigate any other persons found to be complicit in these unlawful mining activities. The scope of this investigation should include the matters highlighted in the Professor Fempo Boaten's report on illegal mining.
And the red herring. Into the first so call baby are credible no. Nothing can only be mammy hadi.
Or say Oh, me credible wa himfa.
Credible, who credible? No.
Any day.
I am directing your office to invite the following persons named in the recent credible report
for interrogation.
Yes. Namely,
that can be credible and be.
Was say born out of growing public concern, corroborated by media reports and intelligence.
It's one growing in Crawford Kase Abanga and Yami. The Galamsi. Yes, media for so.
Media for can corroborated.
Okay, so media for so. And Sana Abain so apiki intelligence.
Yes, as the national security is why you're
and I say credible sources.
Yes,
and you know. Iyoku enfe yami.
Well, directing wo so mo nti o mu sisi
e. Na che yabanga nka ho. Na mo nyehwemu. 15 July 2025. And na 21st July 2026. Yemfre ubia.
Ama NDC Deputy General Secretary Mustafa Gbandi.
Yes.
Ababonte say. So we nim no mo do Musa kan Yusuf Yamin. Ene Abanga ene no Gbandi do report be NDC.
And Yamin no say mo pa mo mechi ye be kire mo kwan mo fa so nya sika election 2024 wini
na me kwa homa so me koba onim se MPs mienu wo hono ma o ma henfo NDC MPs mienu ma o ma henfo abom so bo galamsin.
Yes,
there's no way a chema untumi personally yenya bibi atia ne se oye galamsin ma me kwa homa no so na me ne lawyer Morris Sampao entwetwe enkomo kakra me pa cho na ho ye de
aduma fi mu ye pa
ye de nyankopon ase say last week na oba ha na ni nyina ni ye didi nkomo de fa chema untumi asensem a ewo court yi ho asem na endra chema untumi ekọ court atemu aba me no kase endra chema untumi annafie moye ya hopere so ene ye de no ekọ Nsawam wo de ye de layman inti layman ti ye kinkan krata na bia na ye kind with layman a friend saying understanding ni layman eyes. Or the oye mrenim so many years in practice. What me a judgment ni muna ete saying?
My credit between me and my member the first expose mamu. And that expose me for mu bi aye. Man na my district ma want to be abro.
Okay.
Media expose me say 20th July that's enua. I mature around 3 a.m. Come to me now. It is once and once send messages or sending me all the court procedures, rulings around 3:30. I'm sorry, I make what you sorry messages from them. I don't know to make messages. Go online. Okay, no service boy to say a person make us in say no. No more Diana means you know. This is a friend, I'm a chairman. Ade, no say, what's not make a court. Na no NDC for me no ba me nchen e be pesika say o ma ti say e be mano 20 years na e be tu me amon kokoko na me de excuse aba say o fa na say o tukwaya monko na e be jeni no because that is the information and I tell my class oh and faithful, and true. They true. It's my friend will be family opinion say lawyer. Make to me say me kokota na I'm say chairman. No. Kokota. There is the issue bench warrant against you. You go court, but they are full candidate. And 20 years there is too much. No say lawyer. And the American say no court, but the corner. This is in the dream. It's in the psyche out because they go from Omakasa, legitimately who say they are saying the truth. It's they call but the sentence me 20 years. Let me see them say at it. Now come out to be how do you know that sentence is truth? No sense. Also really strong. And I saw like a channel. If the chairman need to be a call. And now about 6:30. And I tell my friend, Mr. Myself, they call me na the case. A by mama need to be case na ever so that's fortunate enough. Me send 300 Ghana cedis. Na papa plane na be defended me because any other me to na back court. They call so they be tijan. Now me the message me na maybe just me 74 India message attempt to me at sending me near with the phone so any audio voice in near and you know me say judge now but me adjournment no good na judge the man conviction me 20 years no me say wow hey imam bohi if you know any Exp0se media man but judge never judge but so that chama Wontumi
hey na madam no say NDC for me no ban hono nti na no bet no no so mo de ye den
I say ga be bomb information so information be appear
okay na me ka se minchiro
wo say ko bi wa ya so no bi aye deal ayo bi wo tu twa no ko ga say ale o ma me we ameka bi akire wo the time ka kire me no say 20 years me da take time because we say ana 20 years and ade about me no make sure say come out to be awu na ta 20 years so I won't be and that time no was seeking advice say uncle na monko because the one kwa you don't shoot the torrent and so they take person say you are running with justice the time I want to be catching say oba ko 80% me ba akra na me di video me di me was that video to the other man na ma printing na would show the whole world what happened before St0rm went to the court. He knew the sentencing and he knew that no more of years. How come that solution came to pass? That's because we have a few of them President Mama and the two before the judgment they say what you said St0rm you be dealing with they will now be sorted to the move now so your own show capital asọmọ ẹsẹpika ẹma ewuji the car say the epic good which is that before the ruling and the eating sentences no there are people in the NDC actually who are aware of not only the provisional but even the sentences they have information
yes
so to them no they know that St0rm will get to
wow
so the question that you ask yourself say
lawyer unim
no
ano me no ka say ya no nya information kra manya na mami ho adwiri me kase kire say unim say judge no a sentence St0rm endra no ni kunu ni ora kana shigbe na kana shigbe nso one of the petitioners oma ye St0rm do oni Martin Pebu na oma ye da accuse St0rm the petitioner petition say ye St0rm in fact endro akwa ye St0rm 20 years no kana shigba babontia be ka say SSank ye 25 years St0rm say kana shigbe ne yire any justice koku se saying na anopay mi ho adwiri me na me no ka say mi kura mi sam obituary aye judge no ni papa ewuye kana shi edi wo so say asew wow
na do you know something you see the conflict of interest
wow
this is the case where your husband has interest in the case
yes
interest
yes
you're just about to me yes tell me why it's a judge and so what communication and this information so by the time that can say petition we need to petition against the judge
wow we say petition I will say oh pampa me no dey interview ni bia me dey ayin back to so
this information must go on
yeah it is second as be say nyina na yire and e judge
can you imagine and you see I'm sure this mama had less to about her
okay
what you say one the first one am Nikulu here, you all this. I'm saying Nikulu na tell us to be a
okay.
The Exp0se of the judge will say, oh yes, bully, na call him times. Now, all to be denied, let me tell publicly. We call him on the case, able no software of Reverend Anan. Na judge issue bench warrant na why na dey so be jeni no na me say you know na me ko share court and I can tell you what the man ko go put on your hotel that will be just be bully Who say no bully even me classmates so because bully me okay so I mean even no court on me no court no one the case no court me or the case on the chamber this no person say rampa no me bad you let's class now we are so no me ha I'm say man that to say who class no or much of money to make it no say what you say my lord what do you mean by you say them member also for our said them say my lord and then came out na no say that the court say my lord we don't say that me say one the chambers because so say who want to say the no matter the video we are just me who then let us say me it be still so and so at the end of the day no okay also for you say we really crowd politics body we really the da we really charge us for the Ghana so nada my case we need to the community yes free and the other for you also for the crowd the spiritual father also for the spiritual father it mean the community say oh you bully because we be a bully that's what it that's bully the way through the trial. That's why we was able to do the trial this month. And the revelation is that this man is the husband. When they say in the home, they were discussing two mistakes because that's it.
Yeah.
And she has an interest that she should be jailed at all costs. Then this Exp0se should the person should be hold on it. Let's petition the Chief Justice and then watch the ruling. Say it is biased and has no conflict of interest.
Okay.
The NPP should do that immediately. It will mean that information will come back because you cannot have somebody who's interested. Okay, Papa, so
okay. Council, I mean, yeah, we clarification is a year. Judge in Nimia ba ekune ekenasibe. It's a director, but they the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yes, the same thing.
Yes.
Because look at the Libya bar. Let me say the family should place.
Yeah.
Because they are there.
Yes.
The who Libya a law no or
the crew na making or any crew. Any
this issue should be raised. It's very sure to say that man has an influence over the judge.
Yes.
In the way you rule. And then only said this is good. Also the 20 years ago, I said 25. Can you imagine?
Yes.
This Exp0se must go all out because when Kenasige is related to the judge. Through marriage. And mistake here. Mistake here. What we are saying is the truth. So let's look at that angle. But you see, I've read the judgment. Let me educate you, Kakra. Every judgment, what in the piano, 80% of the judgment is discretionary. 20% is based on law. Any evidence. If you are chasing every judge as a potential bias will miss. And that bias, that bias, a judge exhibits it through the proceedings, the conduct, the actions, and then through the written ruling. We are okay, judge, we share, judge, but in Yano. It's also the same. So, my Wontumi accusation, be a demand, you not direct evidence, yet credible, yet it to be proving the case beyond reasonable doubt. Number one, so, my Wontumi, I didn't assassin be volunteer to say, on your galamsey, no benefit. The evidence is clear, says Wontumi to me, did not be benefited from the galamsey on his land. The evidence was clear, says Wontumi to me reported galamsey activities on the land, which were research.
Western Regional Security Council.
I'm a regional Mr. Kabi say there was a formal complaint, almost caused out to some years. Three, there was evidence that says Summertex, forestry protection was that same process.
Yes.
Were also fighting Wontumi and allow his own vote also to do that so the man. There was no directed Wontumi encouraged or gave the land for Galamsey. Now, some of the million. You know, I got to the concession. Now, all your process now, or the land the mouse say, Pacoya Galamsey. One the Ojika. Oh, yeah, there are 2 years, one Beniska. And that was the evidence. I mean, Momo to the saying, no coca to court to say, Yama want to meet the man, you know, Yamanica. Number 2, I believe the 2 in also, why you share with me? You know, every reasonable person, every reasonable Ghanaian, but that's what I say. The Monica will be the man. No one difficult, no one benefits, and then they come or some amount of the money. And you know, the evidence of the most to say, as I say, not in my phone, the Galamsey was so, my own portal, I won't come over the cell, so dear, could now we came me, that's awesome. That's a good idea. If they are not to me from the evidence, well, within the area was I for. And at the end of the day, let's take for the taking control of the security of the police. It's only as a person, only interest. Some of the scam, no more, I'm could give you some penal of quotation. I'm a report to come by a police station by I tell the court case, and what I court I won't be. As to who owns the possession. Yes. The possession is a matter of legal investigation before Secretary High Court. As to who is the owner of the possession. How can I come? Say, even the owner of the concession is in dispute. Number two, the person who is alleged to give the concession did not take money, did not benefit. But those who were in the land, you see me just because you want one person. You use become a lie, you become a testifier. And I know my law. William, law say court where you could prove it's for court. The accused person to be only legal responsibility to defend to prove his innocence. All that in law is required. They say the man want to be will need evidence to throw doubt on the evidence of the prosecution. It means you don't report so you say, whoa. I mean, Galamsey no maintain some quite Galamsey. May move to me clap BHSA and a man benefits and a man James Sika. Somebody say man benefit by prosecution. Between them want to be story. And again, dear, Yachomo. Eventually, within the 2 people, I say, really sorry. I say, oh, we don't know anybody. Yes. Hey, one can say, I think it's like a I don't see it. That's a big thing, you know. Who need of it? I didn't know who benefited, no man benefited. It's a judge who analyzes the evidence. No, the man needs to be raising doubt to say he did not encourage people to go into the site. And that doubt, no, I can tell you, in law, it's enough for the man to get the appeal succeed. It's a legal prayer and say there should be immediate filing of appeal, you raise the issue, or even the biasness of the judge come over but the first supply legal team, the relationship between the judge and then Ashibe. It's part of the issue of bias against the judge in an appeal. All this while the accused didn't know the relationship between and the good. Yeah. So, if you have no now, but it's always yourself of the case. Because of what interest this is a net evidence which will come back on appeal. The judge was not clean in terms of how he handled the case. There were interested people behind him. Because what you mean, imagine say Okoye declared among to me acquitted in the Saga. wouldn't be so from the room. Then I say, can I should be in the room?
Yes.
And then we are committed. I should be in the room. And then he chose that one. And I can tell you that the appeal is like a social because one, appeal court in the created this classroom. And I think there is no way of thinking. It's difficult to influence a created than to influence one judge. And I think there is no opinion. It is the same grounds of appeal. She says the judgment is against the weight of evidence. A judgment now, and the evidence doesn't support the conviction, and that alone, the court appeal will do justice, and then even a basket can go to the Supreme Court. And then the issue even they're saying that how the judge is so biased and I saw contempt. He was in a hurry to bury justice. Even when in the written address, the will say there is a constitutional matter, except who go to everyone now interpreting from who. So when you look at I say, so you may be on the phone with she, because I say, it's a don't need to be out. Authority, she now, let's walk out with you. Because sometimes we are just to say, assembly by the percent, you could die with 24, and put it to she also the we pay for no the constitutional issue is still a matter of the Supreme Court. And the last place is Supreme Court no interpret and satisfy what lawyer for I declare the judgment on the vote. So there's hope. My prayer is a court to the colleague vacation. And ABR, you ever find Chama bit with the media, women without October, not as if after my hearing about. I can't legal vacation, what we can do is that you finally be your family nation for a pending appeal.
Okay.
You bomb by say judge or be transferred to my grant. Look, I say all educators the Biana, you dealing of who you consent can only follow nation pending appeal. Where are the moment? Yes.
Yes.
And you and other cases, the judges credit should be pending appeal. It's we pray say someone is to have that bill pending appeal number out, and we pray say the justice of the land will prevail. But maybe at the end of the day, no, yes, who will judgment, not judgment, you will criticize you. Because there the BR, who is a servant of the people, and now judgment is going the only thing someone to do with them. What do I say? And when they attack your percentage, but we can attack the judgment and the ruling. The judgment is true, better just a judgment is small. That's one is allowed. If your judgment is incompetent, better than your judgment is incompetent. If your judgment doesn't make sense, we tell the judgment it makes sense, and then name solves. What do I say? Attacking of the judgment. And to me, the whole judgment, so far say, it is based on bias, political interest with me, because you guys, them kind of projects of it. There was a time when President Mama was pushing for speedy trial. Okay. But Mama came out in other conversation. They decided to say, I don't know, case is dealing. So when the case is dealing, no. But so Colono, a judge, case is dealing with me, didn't fast start, a jailing conform. That's what President Mama said. Also, I could win a jailing.
Okay.
And then President Kasa, only not say, he has got to consult the Chief Justice on the issue of the name. If he says Chief Justice also, then it will take action at you. You are supervising an administrative boss. If you know, that when the Chief Justice might either I thought we corrected, will call the judge to please speed up. And then the political interest is that you see that everything that the judge did was to find what was happening on social media. The attack on her to speed up the case, led by Kevin Taylor and other people, and a case delay, and a case delay, and a case delay. So they said they got to a time the judge started talking in open court, blaming Apiakubis, no, or delay case, no, now social media, and television, so it means that the judge was watching us. Because they are there.
Yes.
They are not watching, but also for her to say, someone wrote your session, so they say, this will tell me,
I see.
The judge will listen, yes, only listen to public opinion, and then to the sense, the whole case, that pleading will grant a change about 2 case. To the sense, NDC will be my best. Will be complicated or complicated, say, that you're engaging about to me, or insist to be an NDC member. And all their best, already. And it can tell you, say, and you see, we should be very careful what we are doing to the judiciary. And if our judges are not up to the game, when our case will mean a month for running political comments, the judge was quiet, the judge was not worried. I said, I could be now, only the India area on the case back or join it. Now the Twitter has in come for case 27 years. Other cases 8 years, 9 years. Now what the only 6 months council delay. It shows you the political interest, the political motivation, political judgments, the decision you can describe because of all that has happened and how they do, expose. Let me tell you, there will be more expose. Let me tell you, who said, going to pass every year.
Yes.
If the was the first expose about if the was an expose back. Now, so first expose, we don't trust this current justices. Because I say
yes.
And then expose no competition power. They will destroy the evidence. So we are waiting NPP to come forward all the damaging evidence we have against the judiciary. We also make it available for some people to start. We will start removing some people, and they are so.
Lawyer me that say, brain team that say, Paani chichima de mama. We be any besamba. All right, I'm saying Lawyer Mary Sampao, ena yatenika or ye private legal practitioner, ena or the account. That's what
No.
Enti ni abe tobiano no say.
Can I go to the penny?
Can I be na yire penny?
And the TV
any lawyer kwaku vite anenye sa na kan kwaku vite ordinary kwaku vite
am so kwaku TV
na fa ayi ude ayi ni to so a on some papa wuye no funeral poster ni penifo say utwam a ebisa wase ntino funeral poster no na e wo so na wo hwa obehu say okwa bia children ne wo no a obehu say after Justice her ladyship Justice Audrey Kokuvite. The next one Mrs. Priscilla Numelo means dini Numelo Ashibi ono na ye Kenashibi na okọ decide abehu in-laws no so ho in-laws no engineer Dr. Kenneth Ashibi ana ono no ene Mr. Celia Thomas Thompson ana ewo ho enti ora Kenashibi na yire pani ena ye judge na ndro de chema Wontumi tum no kana sigbe nsusu no one of the petitioners petition say ye fa chema Wontumi entum and leading advocacy eto aso as ye fa chema Wontumi tum na ndro de chema Wontumi tum wie no osan ba abonten be kan say 20 years ni so engineer san ke ma chema Wontumi 25 years enti kana sigbe ena na yire penny and a ditcher Wontumi atumi can I be so a petitioner?
Okay, yapa
can I be a petitioner? And Oma ye negre penny editcher Wontumi aiden ediatum. And we know a conflict of interest. Well, like I say, and yen direct penny. Now I say cry again a penny. And the conflict of interest.
About which yes, you know. Na yodin ko jina amradfo nanim no ba kokora de no hu se dabi papa we ni tanti no de na ba wonye eboni bia bet se beye na obeye de be so oman na ninti de nipa no pese o moye nti no bia no fo de akosui NDC fo padwuma ye de Mohammed ni ama wo mu bi na efibra mo kire chema Wontumi so wo hwese de commentary koso de omoyo mo social media so a de NDC supporters no pen say omo de chema Wontumi betum enti ye ba ye ntimi ama madwuma ama mo bu ofu ye nya de ba akoma betom yem na be ma ebufo no kra mo bu ofu ye nse ye ntimi ama madwuma no eno no ebe kofom no ene ye fa chema Wontumi entum ma wo no mo enti dia womo ayen enura no eyeni ma bebri omunim so mo yesa party manakoma betom yem because chema Wontumi dia NDC fo mpenasem ben se wo ye o mampani wo ye judge wo ye whatever now nsa o man na yetimu no ye the constitution ane ye mra horo na ye dwuma na so de o mfa no nya dwuma na emom wo de o party fo pe ene de wan kasa wo pe abaya dwuma there is God na debi ana obu be no se de nantwie podua anka ne patch no aba din se betumi aka konfo nsem na emo wa se obi a wasua wakosua history die ansa hu se uye bibia obe apply history na usua ye no idi ami enobi say the finance minister say why obi say na say me say sikasemi no kaso this time Uganda sikano are useless o was Uganda sikano useless as toilet paper no I catch any the soldier ni back say hey take him go and do to him as we do to toilet paper and no idi ami o
yes nyame adom bekwa appeal na bi ka say appeal no kwampo da ya say appeal you decide ya still na chiba Wontumi ebehye prison
say betuma for bail
you betuma apply for bail na me nyame case na besa be de ban okay Maslok
yes
said na tamakulu CEO oba kronfo no ono ya bomu kwa bi so ma wie sika di wone ne director of operations Daniel Azim kwaku ye jeli said na tamakulu 10 years Daniel Azim 5 years ye jeli no wako appeal last year wako appeal no na ye ni asem na and wako apply for bail
any amani bail
in fact the Supreme Court
okay
straight
Supreme Court money bail man 500,000 he say bail condition Eric Gideon Pacho me da to so fatos na me da ma fatos ni ready na he say president dey dey adwuma enti no dem ma no fatos say are you ready nko dia the shebo one say was saying said na Tamaklo's co-convict gets Supreme Court bail in Maslok case we date the crumpo himfa we date no me ka sorry na me who date no enti no obehu sa yin was say said na Tamaklo's co-convict gets Supreme Court bail in Maslok case you know no correct afi ya story ni was saying oh okay the first paragraph no anye but I mean ko say unhappy with his imprisonment in April 2024, the former head of operations of Maslok, through his lawyers led by Augustus Obo, lodged an appeal against the conviction and the sentence. However, the appeal initiated over a year ago has stalled, leading his lawyers to file an application for bail pending appeal, having already served nearly 2 calendar years of his 5-year incarceration. On Wednesday, 14 January 2026, a 5-member panel of the Supreme Court, presided over by Justice Abadu Tanku, granted him bail in the amount of 500,000 Ghana cedis. In addition to the bail amount, he is required to provide 2 sureties, one of whom must be justified with landed property. Menoka said that Lazim
bail condition you know 1 million.
There be the Supreme Court
and 1 million.
There be no convict.
Net me 50 million to be.
Yes, Supreme Court there no 500,000 pay. Kwaku Menoka say Daniel Azim ye jail no 5 years no. What if you 1 year ni? Yeah, or you na appeal no ho asem. It's hard ye GDC be se be. Okay, it's we no NDC for no. Ahafwano how in fa baby I say MP ni DC ni tuga
Ahafwano southeast Abeswa forest
video no
mo fa o media mano nti no Gideon fire wo wi a na yakọ a win na fi yama mo ebeton ade no ensoso aba na yama nti obi agromu aba ho okay nti ba cho ma yenkohwe video no ni kan fa tie fonko ai ahafwano ende na nsan ya enche kra na ahemfo wo kru ni so ebo MP NDC enya ahemfo no nkura kromafo nyina ebo mu ntutu se omo ye galamsey ho before that no na NDC blogger bi edika babontin abeye video say omo tu galamsey ewo potem ho meboa
yes
so make ka say yenye omo hwe ejibacho me yenfa hafo de no ne infa tifo ye wi a na yakwa win na fi yatoa yenkomo no so yenkomo asisi a galamsey diga ko hoje onyega Bitu job agenda mile. Bitu bia FGC na ampino agenda mile. Ota akra. Galamsey diga ko hoje onyega mano. Ye kesa bate odu ayama nani ke odu dia. Kadi ko manje batom. Brenti ye no besi ho go no enti we ye ahafo ano go za so se ho ye fa abesua ti DC any MP na ye bom sumbo se omutu galamsey ewo empotema ahemfo ni kromafo nyina ye den abo mututu before that no na NDC MP for our win say yen chin dade so me bo a na ho so na ahemfo ho so abodwa kumudwan agunsa ade agu mo MP3 so no so eye galamsey me yen ko hesa video ni ma na media mokwan yen ko hwe no so emra.
So on Monday held a news conference urging Lands and Natural Resources Minister designate Emmanuel Amakofibua to protect the Nsawam Forest Reserve, which has been infiltrated by illegal miners despite a ban on such activities by the Traditional Council. It accuses the MP for the area, Oscar Ofori-Labi, of involvement, alleging that he formed the Galamsey squad and hired thugs from northern Ghana to work on his behalf after the NDC success in the 2024 elections.
So when Nsawam had this issue, we called Labi. Labi could not come. So Keb, who is a special assistant to Labi, came to the palace, telling us that all those activities going on, the power that the authority that he had was from Labi. And that squad, Karim, Farouk, Baron, they were those people who are working in the forest. They are working in the forest. And whenever you ask them, they will tell you it's Oscar Ofori-Labi, who is the MP, whom they are doing that work for.
According to the Traditional Council, Oscar Ofori-Labi has ignored their calls to address these concerns, prompting them to call on the regional executives of the National Democratic Congress to intervene. However, the MP reportedly responded with abuse. The council also accuses him of collecting 200,000 cedis entry fee from groups to enter the forest reserve.
As we speak, Honorable Labi has never honored our invitation to meet with Nsawam. Nsawam engaged diplomatically with the regional executives of the NDC to call Labi to order, but he abused them. He went ahead and collected 200,000 entry fee for groups to enter our forest. Consequently, Nsawam has no choice than to write to the Ghana Cattle Bishop on the 20th to help appeal to the government to stop Labi and his gang from these notorious activities.
The Traditional Council is calling for a joint effort from the government, Forestry Commission, media outlets, and all security agencies to stop the destruction of the Bawumia Forest Reserve and protect the environment.
So now we want to appeal to the government through Forestry Commission with all the necessary institutions to come to our aid so that the forest could be protected for us.
Iroma Smith, TV3 News, Awin. The Awin Traditional Council on Monday held
3-4 enkrato ena omo eyeye efa Awin. That's when go down. Enti MP no ena yedna bay. Na you see and drag no for now last week man penny mahama kan simbi. O say o chana pesa video nabo. Kanofuriata ewa abruchiri. No de asem na court. Now, unfortunately, the case will not be decided by Ghanaian judges. Unfortunately, the case will not be determined by Ghanaian judges.
I don't know use unfortunately they qualify as
because the Ghanaian judges they are can open and pay judgment aba from Kanufurata case, you know. Now Ampeni Mahama was right. Or say TV for now publishing. I am Shada Kofa if you or say the respondent Kanufurata has not been credibly charged or credibly been shown to engage in any wrongdoing in Ghana. Anyway, a news card that judge near or US abontin so. Edia to just say Kanufurata no credible charges and ya preferred Yetiano. Again, yen any credible information be say why boni bia wo Ghana. Enti Mampeni Mahama Samokas. Unfortunately, the case will not be decided by Ghanaian judges because if by Ghanaian judges they are persecution nani eka no ibini persecution second of Ghana has ya
and not win that. Mama ye bringo for yata back no e back no na go mon kofa
okay nti eno ahase
because what ntimi nkase yen fo bi mfiri baby o mra bra onye boni bia o mamu nti boni amuso aye no mfama Ghana fo nyina ehuna nsi
ai omo say omo hwe ko adu e dia boni nyina na say be credible charges bi
nyim say
why no prove say why boni bia de ti o man no nti no sa ruling na but e be kwa kan o che de no so mu details ba that's when patcho gbagya to de no so ma me
o na mkase wo si wo video ba ko bia
ne wo hia
de abrante no blogger ne ka say
ansa o na hemfo no ono no de no ho na hemfo no e bo to
no se bo gina site ho no
ma yen to ade ni wi okay ayi wi a na ye hu ne be why